Hello there, and welcome back to Triangle Strategy. I honestly can't decide who to promote though. Now, on a personal level, the ones I want to promote are definitely Roland, because he's kind of the weakest link in the entire team. Or Serenoa, because he's outright really good, and making him even better is always an advantage. Same thing goes for Ana. From a more logical perspective though, I think the ones that will benefit the most from a promotion is either Corentin, Huette, or Frederica. Yeah, let's just go with Roland.
This day shall be ours!
I swear, if it turns out whatever ending I go for ends up with me losing Roland after I already promoted him for the sake of making my life easier, I'm gonna be kinda pissed. Well, that depends. If the medals are not that hard to get down the line, then okay, maybe not. But I guess we'll see. Onward to the next battle. Oh. I have character stories? An as Frosty Merchant attempts to charm the locals into buying his wares.
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty. Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages. Such honor, in fact, that he is willing to part with them for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
Mines are not but your ledgers. You peddlers disgust me.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel has brought everything a hero needs and more. Every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will serve you well on the battlefield.
Out of our way, junkmonger. We've important duties to attend to.
How rude! Where are the smiles and open coin purses the people used to greet Lionel with? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. War has made this place disagreeable. However, it is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune. And Lionel is shrewd, if nothing else.
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience. Yes, let him come forth.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. A great honor. That he can count House Wolfort among his loyal patrons has ever been a source of pride.
Yes, right. What brings you before me today?
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury. A burden that only grows heavier as time drags on. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they were at its beginning. If he may be so bold, Lionel would offer his services in that very capacity. He understands your precarious position, trapped between two ravenous wolves. In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stave off what may come. Surely you agree?
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house. I see no reason not to welcome you into our ranks.
Splendid! You are as wise as they say. Wiser, even. Lionel shall not disappoint. Just the opposite, in fact. From this day until his very last, he shall stake his honor on the prosperity of your house. And if his own coin purse should grow fat in the process, who could blame him?
Fair enough. Let's see. Lionel's aptitudes in battle. Trifles with foes using his elite eloquence. Can infuriate foes or tempt them into defecting? That's one hell of a charisma stat on this merchant. Let's see. Ruffle feathers. Oh. Whitehome Castle. The Asprosty Archduke enters Whitehome Castle, the seat of power in Glenbrook, and lays claim to the throne.
Your most honorable siblings, Lord Thalas and Lady Erica, have arrived, my lord.
Thank you for the escort. You may go now.
If there is anything else that you require, anything at all, you need but say the word.
In that case, I would have a bottle of the realm's finest wine and a serving of fresh fruit delivered to my quarters.
But of course, milady, I shall have the servants fetch it at once.
Ever eager to please, isn't he?
I believe the word you're looking for is sycophant. Congratulations on bringing Glenbrook to its knees, brother. It's a thing of beauty, what you've accomplished. I trust you're already seeing to that fuss outside the castle walls?
Of course.
The other domains are putting up little in the way of resistance. Lord Telior trembles in his seat within the stronghold, and Lord Fawkes was oblivious to what was happening until it was far too late.
How easily the three high houses of Glenbrook break under your iron boot, brother.
Wolford is the last to hold out, but Avlora will deal with them. Prince Roland will be in our hands before long.
Speaking of royalty, brother, I would have thought Cordelia would be dead or rotting in jail. Yet here she sits on the throne. She looks less a vanquished princess and more a queen.
That is precisely what I would have her be.
Whatever do you mean?
Once things have calmed, I shall assume guardianship over her and have her crowned. A few days hence, Regna will be executed. I've already informed Patriat as much.
So the wise and benevolent King Regna meets his end at last.
Father!
Please, can someone explain? What are we going to do? Excuse me. Can you tell me what's happening? Please.
Did I hear him wrong? I don't.
Where did we go?
Subjects of Glenbrook, I am Gustadolph, Archduke and High Commander of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. Hear my words. The sins King Regna has committed against us, and against you, his own people, are grievous indeed.
What has he done to us? What did he say? I don't believe it.
3 decades have passed since the end of the war. In the years since, we have all done what we can to rebuild our nations. The opening of the Grand Norzelian mines was to be the dawn of a new age. An age where our 3 nations would work together for the peace and prosperity of all. But King Regna spat in the face of that glorious dream. As our engineers worked tirelessly to put success within reach, your King Regna schemed in the shadows to seize control of the mine for his own profit. And when Dragan Esfrost, my dear cousin, and the man tasked with overseeing the mine's operations, became aware of this plot, King Regna had him assassinated in cold blood. In doing so, he betrayed not only my own nation and the holy state of Hyzant, but you as well. The very people who were to share in the wealth the mine would bring. And so we were left with no choice but to march on Whiteholm Castle and put an end to Regna's treachery by force. Our actions were born of a righteous duty to avenge Dragan's murder and this odious betrayal of this historic accord between our nations. What say you, King Regna? Do you deny these charges against you?
I do not. But I beg of you, spare my children.
Please have mercy. No, you can't do this.
Subjects of Glenbrook, your traitor king admits his guilt before you. The punishment for these crimes is death. Off with his head!
Roland, Cordelia, the future of our kingdom is in your hands now.
Just days after the fall of the Crown City, King Regna of Glenbrook is beheaded before his subjects. The death of this kind and benevolent monarch plunges the realm into confusion and chaos. With the king perishes an all too short-lived era of peace, and in its place, one of bloodshed and turmoil.
It would seem things have calmed outside the castle walls.
What is to become of us now? Word has it the King's Guard's been slaughtered to the last man. We must flee while we have our lives.
If they meant to kill ordinary folk like us, wouldn't they have done so already? Even as frosty dogs have some honor then. Who'd have thought? Anyway, there's no point fighting. What'll be, will be.
Our people seem less resentful of Esfrost than I would have expected. No doubt due to the Archduke's decision to focus their attack on the castle and leave the town itself unscathed. So, the common folk won't be a problem. That just leaves the matter of the royal family. His Grace and the Crown Prince have been dealt with, and Princess Cordelia has been brought to heel. Prince Roland is the only one unaccounted for, but the men I arranged for hunt him down as we speak. Word has it there's also a sizable bounty on his head. No, he'll not last long. I knew Gustadolph to be a shrewd man, but his attention to detail is nothing short of astonishing. I have seen all I would. Let us return.
Whatever is House Telior to do? With King Regna gone, we must find a way to preserve ourselves. Landroy, that proud fool, will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Fawkes alone is no match for the Grand Duchy. Yet if House Wolford were to fight at their side, they say Prince Roland is in Wolford's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolfords may choose to ransom the prince to Esfrost in return for amnesty for their own domain. If it comes to that, Esfrost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to Esfrost may be our only hope if we are to live to see tomorrow.
Your Majesty, House Fawkes has failed you. I have failed you. High House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no, cursing our fate will not bring you back to us. We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
Minister Sorsley.
What is it this time, Booker?
We've just received word that S. Frost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak.
What's this?
The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolfort, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid. What could the Archduke be plotting? And what did the others think of the matter?
At any rate, I must speak with the Hierophant at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say? Indeed. Indeed, you may have the right of it. My dear Booker, whatever would House N do without you?
Send a bird to the palace. Tell them that the Holy One's faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
Lord Serenoa, thank the heavens you're safe.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom. You will be safe here, Your Highness.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
Benedict, there is news.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
Roland.
I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
Indeed. We must move quickly. I would seek Father's counsel.
About Lord Simon.
What is it? Has something befallen Father? Father!
Lord Simon, what is the meaning of this?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City, and has not opened his eyes since.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simon.
Not now, of all times.
Father, be strong, Father. This realm still needs you. I still need you, Father. Father.
Serenoa.
Is there any chance he will recover?
Our healers are doing everything they can, but none can say.
Very well.
Do not give up hope, Serenoa. The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow father's death to be in vain. You too must remain composed. For Lord Simon. And for those who now look to you for guidance in his stead.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
Blood. No, it cannot be.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities. And the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Sir Maxwell, you too abandon me now?
At Gustadolph's command, Esfrost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
My lord, the Esfrosti army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolph. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
We've not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolph's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
Summon the War Council at once. We must take swift action.
You cannot be serious about this.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Esfrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much.
Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle.
He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one,
The natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would become our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle. I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
But see, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you. So it's always been.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we cannot allow war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects. You must decide.
We cannot hope to win against Esros, but if we do nothing to stop them, many will lose their lives. Yeah.
We cannot hope to win against Esfrost, but if we do nothing to stop them, many will lose their lives.
Indeed, all paths are fraught with danger. In which case, we ought to choose whichever option ensures our survival. If we live, we can reclaim what we've lost.
So we'd be buying ourselves some time.
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
I understand that, Benedict. Prepare the scales of conviction. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
As the Esprosti army continues its inexorable march on Castle Wolford, Cernuan and his retinue discuss the best path forward.
I will give the signal when it is time to cast your vote. I ask each of you to weigh the matter carefully till then.
Very well, my lord. To our own councils we go.
On a more personal note, I don't think there's any choice but to fight. Eventually, Wolfort will become an enemy regardless. Besides, Gustadolph honestly doesn't seem like the type to like any type of person who is even remotely a threat. The worst part is, it's not even being a threat that's the problem, it's being more competent than him. He just outright doesn't like it if anyone can threaten his position from the looks of it. Marvels of Nozelia. War is upon our front door. The kingdom has no true allies nor true enemies. We shall sue for peace and work to avoid further conflict. But before that, since I got some silver, which is magnificent, deal with that later. Oh. What would be more beneficial? Yeah, this might actually be better. And the fortunate thing is I can switch between them whenever I desire, so yeah, that's great. Anything new though? Nope.
Serenoa. Certainly. However,
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the second one. This sounds more like me.
well...
What do you need? I wonder about that. Well...
My lord. So... Quite true. I am decided.
Lord Serenoa. Yes? I need time.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we surrender Prince Roland, or do we protect him from those who would do him harm? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I believe in you.
Forgive me, my lord.
You aren't wrong, but...
I agree.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen. The way forward is decided. We protect Prince Roland with our lives, and drive Esfrost from our home.
The judgment is made. The scales tip, and our path is chosen. We must steel ourselves for the battle that lies ahead.
Very well. Then I will do all in my power to see that it proves the right one. I fight with you, my friend.
Prepare the defenses. We will hold our own against the army of Esfrost.
After consulting the scales and reaching a consensus, House Wolfort resolved to shelter Prince Roland. Not long after, they find themselves besieged by an elite subset of Esfrost's forces. Commanding the Duchy's armies is none other than General Avlora, the deadly warrior who claimed the lives of Prince Franny and Sir Maxwell with her own hands.
Not a word, my friend. What a title.
Pardon the intrusion, Your Grace. A bird has arrived from House Wolfort.
Concerning Prince Roland, no doubt? So they refused to relinquish him to us. How intriguing. They will remain loyal to the royal family even if it means their demise. Very well. Send a bird to General Avlora. Tell her to make for the Wolfort domain at once, and that she is to return with the prince, or not at all.
Yes, Your Excellency.
You might regret sending that missive out, by the way, considering she probably won't be returning anytime soon, if that's the case.
You are aware that Prince Roland fled to the Wolfort domain after the Crown City fell. Esfrost demanded that His Highness be relinquished to their custody immediately. We have just received word that Wolfert refused. A most admirable display of loyalty to Glenbrook's royal family if ever I have seen one. And they are not the only ones who shall remain true. In the name of King Regna, House Fawkes too will take up arms against those Esfrosty bastards! For we are one of the 3 high houses of Glenbrook. We will live up to that name and fight for our homeland with our lives! Aye! May your shields be strong and your swords strike true, my countrymen! For Glenbrook!
Ah, Lord Telior, there you are.
Yes, what is it?
Tidings from Whiteholm, my lord. House Wolfort shelters Prince Roland within their domain and refuses to acquiesce to Esfrost's demands.
What's this? Those fools would stand in defiance against the duchy.
The Archduke's forces move against the Wolforts as we speak. They intend to capture Prince Roland and bring down House Wolfort in one fell swoop.
House Wolfort is strong, but not strong enough for a full-on attack from the duchy's forces. And yet, there is always the chance, however slim, that they will prevail. Best wait and see how the situation unfolds. Yes, there is no need to rush into anything. We must consider carefully what will afford us the best chance of survival. Continue to keep your eye on the other domains. I must know of any movement among the Wolforts and the Fawkes, no matter how inconsequential.
Yes, my lord.
So they would rather die than bend the knee? Wolfort truly is a house of fools. At least Avlora will have the chance to prove herself on the battlefield.
That's why we took her in, no? She'll prove useful yet.
For her own sake, I would hope so. Once we bring down the highest of the 3 high houses, what do you suppose will become of the other 2?
I should think the answer obvious, dear sister. The cowardly Teliors will be at our beck and call. The Fawkes, too stubbornly loyal for their own good, will not. House Fawkes presides over bountiful lands. Now, do you suppose brother will pass up the chance to claim such a tantalizing prize?
Indeed not, brother dear.
Well, you're about to be quite disappointed. Your entire plan comes with the assumption that I'm actually going to lose, which I won't. Because one, I already know what to expect from this fight in the first place. I beat it in the tutorial. So, yeah. But anyway, unfortunately, I have to end this episode for now, so thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoyed Triangle Strategy. I sincerely hope you'll consider giving me your viewership again in the future sometime, and with I hope my kind viewers would, if it doesn't bother them too much, like, comment, or even better, subscribe to my channel so that I can have proper feedback to know if I'm doing decently or not. Also, feel free to leave comments down below on how I could do better. Anyway, with that as our ending note, I bid you all fun. Bye!